Hi, I'm John Reeder, translator of Rodaan Al Galidi's The Leash and the Ball and his previous book, Two Blankets, Three Sheets. If you read that first book, you'll remember his hilarious and pretty cringe-worthy description of the 9 soul-destroying years in a Dutch asylum seeker center. The Leash and the Ball picks up where that left off, when Samir, that's his name in the book, gets his Dutch green card. Accompanying him on the next stage of his immigrant's journey was another real eye-opener for me. I should have been prepared, but wasn't, for the hurdles a newcomer faces when they're thrust into Dutch society and told, go, integrate. Nowadays I look at new Nederlanders through different eyes, knowing what they've had to deal with. Neighbors who lecture them about how we Dutch people do things. Fellow immigrants who pine for the old country but work the Dutch system to their own benefit. And of course the bureaucrats, whose humanity depends on whether they're at their desk or on their coffee break. Samir reminded me, with his usual humor, what a fine line you walk when seeking your way in a new country. The title, The Leash and the Ball, comes from a discovery Samir makes as he's trying to figure out how to fit in. And that is, get a dog. Samir already had a leash and a ball, a gift from his first Dutch girlfriend. Pretend you're a dog person, and the employment agency gives you work. The police are suddenly nice rather than aggressive. Passers-by greet you, and you might even get a date out of it. Diesel, Chica, and Vincent were real dogs. But Rocky? Here's a passage from Rodaan Al Galidi's The Leash and the Ball. I decided I had a dog. The dog's name was Rocky. I had Googled dog breeds and looked for ones that suited me until I found 2 breeds that resembled my own character, so that I could talk about myself as though I were talking about my own dog. My dog Rocky was a mix, part Dachshund and part Friesian Stabehund. After studying these 2 breeds online, I started going for walks, carrying the ball and the leash. Sometimes I'd whistle or shout, "Come!" If anyone asked my dog's name, I'd say proudly, "Rocky, he'll be 3 on August 9th. If you want to know how wrapped up Dutch people are in their own heads, go out for a walk carrying a leash and pretend there's a dog attached to it. Aside from my housemates, no one realized that Rocky did not exist. I would sit on a bench in front of our apartment building, wrap the leash around my left hand, and hold the ball in my right hand. I put on the expression of someone keeping an eye on his dog, and at a certain interval I would whistle or shout, "Rocky, no!" or "Here, Rocky!" or "Good boy, Rocky!" My housemates thought I'd gone crazy and gave up trying to get me to go to their mosque with them. This was the first liberation Rocky brought me, and the first miracle. After a few days of walking around holding the leash and the ball, a second miracle happened. I was sitting on the bench in front of our building when 2 policemen approached. I called out, "Rocky, where are you?" For the first time in all my years in the Netherlands, the policeman gave me a friendly look and said hello. That was the moment I also believed that Rocky was not imaginary, but rather very real indeed. You know what it is, I explained to my housemates later. As soon as they think you have a dog, you might be a Muslim, but you're a good one, not scary or hardcore. Once they see that a dog can live with a Muslim, then they realize that they can too. In the end, Samir finds it almost doesn't matter how hard you try, how genuine you are, or how honest. What matters is the opinion people form of you based on something as trivial as a pet accessory. As Samir tells young Malik, a boy in his building, "The Netherlands is a wonderful country, Malik. All you need is a leash, and you have a dog."